Hey everyone, welcome back. We have yet another great ALTTPR race for you as part of groups here at SpeedGaming Live. This is going to be not literally the final, but the final race in Group A with implications. We have g3rd0 versus Daaanty. Very simple. Winner of this advances to brackets, loser of this doesn't. So I'm here, I'm Drosy, I'm here with Error, who knows a thing or two about advancing to brackets.
Yeah, just clinched my spot, so I should be good. And yeah, looking forward to these two great runners, like putting up a great show. A little bit of pressure, like a few things involved, but I'm pretty sure they've been in this spot before in multiple tournaments. Just the difference is this one's live.
Yeah, and the thing is that they are sharing a group with Matt7898, and so they're both currently 2-1, with the one loss in each case being to Matt, and that's how he has clinched the one spot from the group already.
Yeah, powerhouse in his own right.
Yeah, last year's winner, in fact.
Yeah.
But neither of these two are slouches by any means.
No, for sure. They've both been playing the game for quite a while, have played in multiple tournaments, have had very good results. Daaanty is like main tournament champion. g3rd0 has like participated in multiple tournaments as well, like really good in the vanilla speedrun as well, has 124, which is pretty ridiculous considering he's playing on emulator and keyboard, like a very, very unique combination. So.
And he's come back really from quite a hiatus in Rando. I remember he was very active when I started joining the Rando community in like 2018.
Yeah.
But still a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure.
Yeah, apparently the man just doesn't rust.
Okay, looks like we're doing just a couple of last second adjustments here, and then Fiesel will give them the countdown. Have Daaanty change his position so that we're not like in the background of his screenshot as well.
Get the actual double live view as well.
But yeah, we can see both of them there.
All right.
Just some finishing touches. Yeah, I mean, either way, you know, it's exciting. Brackets are starting to come together. I know, at least in, what is it? There's one group where Ak and Thalane have both clinched advancing, and we have a group where Ace0 and Big Dunka have both advanced out of it.
Okay.
I know there are a few others that are still to be determined.
Yeah, but it's like top names through and through. And we're about to start already opening the virgins.
Whoa!
Flute. Okay, well, we just keep getting really useful items at the start, so.
Yeah, flute and bottle.
Alright, so from the start on, I would like it's really silly, but this is probably gonna favor g3rd0 already, right? Because he's gonna get the bottle from Sank and then go to Kakariko, so he can do everything in one trip. Daaanty will probably still go to Kakariko right after this because the bottle is quite the
and
and good triples.
Yeah, tier 1 is bombs. Oh, and bombs.
Yeah, okay.
Bonk rocks. And yeah, we did get a very quick map check. Hera is a pendant, Eastern and Desert are regular crystals.
Yeah, always a little bit of a shame to see Hera seeing a pendant because it's like such a useful, quick dungeon to be able to do. So if it's a crystal, it's just like extra motivation to do it, but.
And the bush crabs, it looks like, are full magic jars, so that's kind of a nice thing to be aware of.
Yeah, we already have a pretty full loadout, so that's a good start. Piece of heart on Lumberjack, so we don't have to worry about Aga regarding that. Yeah, some good early resources, bottle, flute, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dante's gonna do CAC, and then he'll feel a little silly getting the flute out of Link's house, and oh, I need to go back to CAC to activate it.
Yeah, exactly. Early money as well. Wow, we're just loaded.
But one of the nice things about doing this live is we'll get to see the expression on Dante's face when he then finds the flute.
In about like 6-7 minutes, we're gonna see like, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a couple of racers who just kind of love putting up a show on the side.
Yeah. No, it was funny. Like earlier, I was calling a match, and one of the racers had a kind of look of disgust on his face for, you know, having a 4-cycle Aga 2 and
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
realize his opponent had a 5-cycle Aga 2.
That's the point. You just don't know. Like, so you can kind of look over the screen sometimes and see your opponent, and sometimes they're just like completely stoic, only looking at the screen, and some of them are just like, oh, oof, okay, and you just don't know where they are, and it could be anywhere. It could be anything, but it's a great extra part of the like rando experience, I feel.
Daaanty was also saying that yesterday when he was hovering in one of his races, he realized he was shaking the whole table, and so his opponent, if he had been paying attention, would have known exactly when Daaanty was hovering.
Yeah. We got an early lap as well with some extra cash to boot, so yeah, it's only shaping up to be a very comfy early seed.
Flippers. Yeah. Gonna be quite a lot to check here.
Yeah, like especially like blindside well kind of gives you like an early inclination of where you need to go. Flippers money, like I would be perfectly fine going like South Shore and then linking it with Zora.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, you'd basically want to make sure you have Zora money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, early sword as well. Well, all right.
That does put us either a cape or a second sword away from Aga in logic.
Yeah, definitely. So even though lumberjack, it's nothing. It's you're never truly free until you find the actual Dark World axis.
Early blue mail, we've been seeing a lot of that lately in a lot of these races, I feel like.
Yeah, and it's like the only actual safety you're going to get. Like you can get blue cane, you can get cape, but the amount of hearts that you're going to have in this mode is very, very low. Like you're usually going to end the seed with like 9 hearts, 10 hearts max.
Yeah. Unless it's one of those, you know, ooh, antifreeze the chicken. One of those, you know, 170, 180 collection rate seeds.
Yeah.
We've seen a few of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been very few seeds so far that I have seen personally that have just been comfy and like straightforward. Like most of them have just been like funnel into one location, everything opens up, and then funnel into another location.
Yeah, usually involving some sort of a hunt for the final go mode item.
Yeah, and it's always like a medallion or ice rod or something.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Well, and with non-progressive bows, I've definitely
Yeah.
seen a couple of bow hunts already.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I saw a fire rod hunt.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be random. You're going to be looking for something. In the
Yeah. Well, sometimes everything's just on the way. It's
Yeah.
just kind of rare. Oh, second
Huh?
bottle. Daaanty doesn't even want it. I don't blame him. He'll probably get a second one anyway.
Yeah, there's still 3 others in the pool. You cap out at 2 anyway. Oh, okay. Well, we'll be grabbing that one instead. So yeah, like, I mean, it's way too early to call. Like, I don't think you're actively thinking about Aga yet. Like, it's like, okay, Lamp, Master Sword, sure. But there's still so much open. You still have South Shore. You don't have Moon Pearl yet. Like, until you have Moon Pearl, I feel that it's reasonable to just keep on clearing stuff.
Right, and the flute's even given us Death Mountain access. I mean, we'd need a mirror or a hook shot to really do much on the mountain, but it's still another couple of checks as it is.
Yeah, the flute definitely is nice to just be able to already quickly... Oh, there we go. There we go.
I knew Daaanty would give us a good look there. And he's just going to activate it before he does anything else.
Yeah, that really makes sense. But yeah, flute makes it a lot easier to get out to the out-of-the-way checks of Ice Rock Cave and Agina. We'll probably just get an Old Man Rescue and Spec Rock check as well to kind of get an idea. Okay, Gerdo does want it.
I just like how Gerdo's, do I want it, do I not want it?
Yeah.
And he's about to see his Master Sword.
One of the potentially interesting diversions we might be able to get is if the reward from the Waterfall Fairy is a fairy, then Daaanty might be slightly inclined to try to go for an EDM hover with the access that he has. That's kind of a nice thing about always having empty bottles. You always get to check what the Waterfall Fairy is. Okay, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I can't actually get that cape without some sort of desert access.
Not yet, no.
But yeah, I like this. Get the desert checks out of the way. Now you have the flute.
Yeah, some early information, just getting something out of the way that you might want to do if you're like somewhat leading towards an Aga play anyway. Okay, well, I mean, that's definitely going to be worth it.
Speaking of things that begin with AG.
Yeah.
So what's Daaanty doing now? g3rd0's doing a more standard South Shore. Oh,
Yeah.
Daanty's doing the same thing, just by flute.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster to save and quit to Link's house rather than run all the way out of Agina. It's a very minor difference, but it's just a little bit more comfortable.
And there's our Zora money, so
Yeah.
I'm sure the runners will definitely be routing that in now.
Yeah, this is probably just going to be very similar.
g3rd0 trying to do chess turns. Show off.
I appreciate the attempt. And yeah, you see g3rd0 like even slightly going out of his way to grab heart pieces, just because health is just such a valuable resource, even early on, like especially early on.
And you never know when you might get a fourth one and get a full refill.
Yeah, definitely. But even like an hour into the siege, you might just be on 6-7 hearts, and if you are in Turtle Rock, that's a very uncomfortable place to be, even if you have Blue Mill.
Yeah, you kind of want Tempered Sword by then.
And with how it's shaping out to be right now, that might not be too unlikely. Like, at least you already have early Master, and Master's like the minimum that you really want in there.
Yeah, we do find the red meringue for both runners here. Daaanty,
So
what, fluting to 8 just to...
Yeah, just a little bit faster. That's not gonna really... No. At least we have plenty of bombs. Like, with between triples and early money, like, we're just so comfortable.
And the blue mail puts you in a much better position when it comes to those sand crabs.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise they're 2-hit kills.
Yeah, we've had a couple of injuries already because of the crabs here. Alright, we're going to be getting some water walking on Daanty's side here.
He's apparently a left side water walk charger. I feel like most runners are right side water walk chargers.
Yes, if there are a couple of pixels on the left side that cause you to bonk if you're a bit too far over the pit. So it just feels a bit dangerous.
Uncle Bomb's on Lake Hylia Island, and not gonna need those.
But you already see the difference what the water walk causes. Like, g3rd0 was a couple seconds ahead, and now Daaanty is just gonna be a couple seconds ahead into the hobo.
I'm a little surprised g3rd0 didn't want to water walk. But yeah, plenty of money at least, and even if we do, you know, find ourselves in the dark world shortly. Oh, I see. Daanty's fluting back to 8. Good call there.
Yeah, I wonder if it is actually worth it if you're already on that screen. I guess it might be. Like, it's pretty similar right now, but...
Wait, how did Daaanty just jump? Oh, he has flippers,
he actually
right.
has the flippers.
Right,
So
he was charging a water walk, so I thought, okay, he doesn't have flippers, but yes, you can still charge water walks even with flippers.
Yeah, the only thing you have to be careful with is that you don't actually walk over the shallow part, because then you lose the water walk.
So that is the one shield we're getting. Ooh, blue goo for free. That's
very, very comfortable.
And g3rd0 not trying the fairy there. A bit surprising.
Yeah, I found the waterfall fairy like early on just to be so beneficial. Like, if you're going into Skullwoods early and you have a red or green goo, it can just help a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't see it on that side, but it was just a piece of heart on Zora Ledge.
Especially with half magic removed from this altogether.
Yeah.
You know, having either blue or green goo can be really useful.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, well, Zora, all the flipper checks are not really giving us anything yet.
10% ROI.
So, at this point, there's just a couple of clusters left. We have Escape, we have the early Death Mountain, and we have, like, Saha Eastern. So, yeah, okay, we're just getting the extra save and quit point here.
Yeah, 2 checks. That is 2 actual items plus whatever's on top of Spec Rock, at least you know about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, interesting that both runners had the same idea, but I guess it never hurts to get the spawn point.
Wait, do we just have Daaanty drink the blue goo?
Is that what the
I get a
look on his
confirmation,
face-
yes.
So
I heard a tweep, and I wasn't exactly sure what it was, and the bottle was empty. I was like, okay. Get a confirmation from the crowd, though, so that's... Oh, nice bomb despawn. Perfect
speaking
throw.
of bottles, I believe g3rd0 actually has 2 of them because he did get the one off library, didn't he?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, after a little bit of decision making, he decided on the yes, I do want it. And then he decided to not fill it, which makes it a little bit more interesting.
yeah, so Daanty's doing Saha Eastern.
Yeah, I think it is just going to be Saha. It burned him last race against Matt. So maybe he will just go straight in there, but we don't have any Dark World pieces yet, which makes it a little bit harder to kind of say, okay, I haven't done Escape yet, but I'm going to go into Eastern.
Oh, and that, right. It also kind of makes sense to do this first because then, you know, from Escape, you can make a decision whether you just want to go straight into Aga there.
Yeah. Okay, he is actually going to do it. That's interesting. Okay. I thought he would just do kind of the same as he did last race, where he's going to do Saha early, like isolate Eastern, and then just like do Aga after Escape or something. It might just be like a decision making based on the previous race, but g3rd0 is doing the same thing, so I guess there's just going to be 4-0. And then just see, okay, Escape is not going to give us any Dark World access either. We're just going to do Aga.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more efficient, but it's going to feel really awkward if the bow is an Escape, for example. Then neither of them are going to...
Right, this is a crystal. We will have to clear it at some point.
Yeah. Yes, if it was a pendant, I would be more inclined to make the same play. I think the fact that you're gonna have to go in here anyway at some point, like I don't really want to double dip.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying, that you know, in terms of what you said about if they find a bow in Eastern. Whereas, you know, if this is a pendant, you find a bow in in Escape, then it's like, oh well, I'm not gonna go back to Eastern.
Yeah.
But here, unless there is a vanilla bow, you're committing to a double dip.
And that's kind of the awkward part in the Aga seed. The seeds that look like they're going to be Aga seeds, they just kind of sometimes force you into decisions like this, where either you're going to commit to Aga early and leave behind something like an Eastern clear, which is what happened in Daanty's last race. Or, yeah.
Well, the problem is, like, if we do Aga, our only choices are Pod and Catfish once we get over there.
Not even Catfish, it's like actually just Pod.
Oh, right. I was thinking, okay, at least you can flip her past, but right, there's the second block that you have to get past.
Okay. At least we got 3 early items. So at least it doesn't feel too bad that you don't have to go all the way to Vanilla Big Key Chest and then find nothing. But we'll probably find some piece here. It might just be Pod though.
Yeah, we haven't seen Uncle Tunnel from either runner, have we?
Nope. No, aside from the very first spawn point.
Oh, actually, we must have, because Daaanty just got the Bloomerang and it's marked for g3rd0.
Oh, right. Yeah, no. You're right. g3rd0 did start with Uncle. Which in open boots, I don't think is a terrible play. Like I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Daaanty did Agina, which g3rd0 hadn't yet. So I think now we're back to even checks.
Right. With Daaanty slightly ahead, mostly on execution, I'd say.
Yeah, just a couple of like choices between like fluting to 8, doing the water walk, like all these things like added up slightly. I think Daaanty's probably a little bit more in practice. Like I think g3rd0 like specifically de-rested a little bit for this tournament, but he hadn't been playing that much over the past years, as far as I know.
I mean, Daaanty doesn't play as much as he used to, but well, I hear he's on a team win the league with, you know, a couple of guys.
Yeah, it's just a couple of buds and then just trying to make it to playoffs, you know.
So, no small key up front. It could be in Dark Cross, of course.
Yeah.
And you pretty much have to check Dark Cross after you do the front.
Yeah. In this situation, definitely. One thing you could even consider is just steal the key from the very first room, and then go to Dark Cross, and then like Death Warp all the way from the back, just to be able to make sure that you can do the back of escape. Then again, like the fact that it's so obviously going to be an Agaseed at this rate, you might as well just kind of commit to it as well, because the chance that you get out of it being Aga is very close to 0.
Yeah, I mean, you'd need to have a small key in Dark Cross and something major in the back.
Yeah, but even then, you still need 2 pieces.
Right, I mean, well, it could be the hook shot, and then you have all of these Death Mountain.
Yeah, the problem is that then on Death Mountain, you would need the last glove and the hammer.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, everything needs to line up, and it's a little awkward. And the chance is just there that we're going to find a small key here, and then you waste a lot of time for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so g3rd0 didn't manage to get the Death Warp, save and quit, just to go back to escape. It's a little bit of a feels bad.
Yeah, I wonder if at this point he'll just try to cut his losses and do Aga.
That's not unreasonable, but no. Okay.
Well, nice to have. We will need it.
It's good for Aga Tower.
I mean, I guess there's no guarantee we'll need it. Skullwoods and Turtle Rock could both be pendants, and Bombos turns up before ice.
Yeah. But that's a weapon that you really, really like to have for Aga Tower.
Definitely. Especially on this loadout otherwise.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had a lot of Agaseeds in this tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
Chat asking about getting Master Sword. 1 sword in the well, 1 sword in race game.
Yeah, very interesting loadout again. It's kind of bare bones, aside from some crucial, like just a lot of movement, right? We have flippers, we have the boots, we have flute. I guess the boots are guaranteed, but still, it's like we really get to just kind of move around freely. The only thing we're really missing is the mirror, and then we can just be very, very efficient.
Yeah. But so Pod is really going to be forced after this. And we don't even know how far into Pod we'll be able to get. I mean, it could be...
Could just be first chest, we find hookshot, and then... Well...
Or hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, the awkward part is that Daaanty kind of lost his blue goo, otherwise we would have been able to just potion unlock the mimics. He can still probably mimic clip, but it's a lot less enticing to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's a big time. That's a lot bigger of a time investment if you can't just clear the dungeon.
Well, during the interview, we'll have to, you know, make fun of Daaanty for drinking his blue goo after going to the trouble of getting it. Okay, Daaanty about 2 floors ahead of g3rd0 now. Just, you know, little things adding up, as you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a major difference. It's just been a little bit of diversions throughout the light world. But I mean, I think if you're 21 minutes in, I don't know if they had a timer on or something, but they probably have like an idea. If you're 20 something minutes in and you're in Aga, you're not too unhappy. Sometimes you really have those light worlds where you just follow every single location and you finally like enter Aga and it's already like 30 minutes and you're like, I wasted a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah. At least the seed kept us out of Desert Palace. It kept us out of most of Death Mountain.
Yeah.
Gave us enough money that we didn't feel bad like having to farm for Zora and then getting nothing for it.
Yeah, exactly. Those are really awful seeds. If you have to choose between Aga or like doing Hulahan for Zora, it's like, oh, if the hammer's there, it would be really good.
Aga pretty well behaved. Only 1 blue ball so far.
Yeah, like in my head, Aga could do whatever he wants during rando. Like he can give me 15, and I'll just smile and nod.
I mean, obviously, you know your opponent has to go through the same.
Yeah, exactly.
You still don't want to be sitting in an Aga fight all day. Just feels wearing after a while. Okay, it's gonna be 3 again.
Yeah, typical. I mean, it's the average for a reason. You're gonna get it most of the time. At least you don't have the text boxes afterwards, you know? That's
Yeah. And then, of course, we do have that one item on the pyramid. You never know. That could be
anything.
something important.
Could even be a big 20.
The odds kind of favor that.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. So
we're not going into pod.
yeah, now you go to Hype Cave probably.
Yeah. Seems reasonable. Five, 6 in Skull and Pod, and I thought I saw Pendant Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I saw Pendant Turtle Rock. I missed the green pendant,
Yeah,
though.
same. Probably Feast then. It's always Feast.
Meyer, I'm getting signaled.
Oh. Unbelievable. Okay, so we're not getting smarter. What's that flute for then? Unbelievable.
Progression in Meyer shed or something.
Classic. Great Hype Cave.
So, this is kind of annoying. I mean, you can do Stumpy and
Race game.
dig game.
The other race game.
And then if nothing's in either of those, you're right back to Meyer.
Yeah. Pod.
Pod. Yeah. Meyer was because g3rd0 then did his map check, and I was visually verifying that yes.
That's interesting though. Like it kind of reduces. Oh, well, that's
now
very
you do
nice.
pod.
Oh yeah. Oh, and g3rd0 is just going straight to pod. Oh, that's
unfortunate.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, this is putting a few more inches in the lead for Daaanty.
Yeah, just for those of you who haven't been following this, we do have non-progressive bows, so that bow on Stumpy is the only bow in the game.
It's very, very likely that g3rd0 will get to it pretty soon, though.
I mean, he'll be forced to. We still don't have any gloves, so Aga is our only portal to the Dark World.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Daaanty got his exercise in.
He's got a flex, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it just makes sense to go straight to pod. No need to do Eastern first, because there's no items left in there.
Yeah, and maybe a mirror turns up in pod, and then we can get 2 crystals at the same time.
Yeah. And at this point, the fastest way to do is just the flute to 5, and once you have the glove, you can just lift the rock and go straight up there. And you can just do it whenever you want. If you find a mirror in pod, that's like perfect as well. You can do it straight after, but there's no rush. Just finishing it up once you have like the best equipment possible is just a good way to go.
Oh.
Good attempt, g3rd0. I appreciate
Didn't
it.
get very far. Daaanty will probably do it, knowing Daaanty.
Yeah. Which is probably why g3rd0 did it. Yeah, maybe g3rd0 is like a little happy inside to see that Swamp Palace is not a pendant. Might, knowing that will find a hook shot at some point. I think g3rd0 realized he didn't have a bow. He might actually get locked out of pawn in the front though. Okay, no, he can go to the back.
Yeah, this is where, you know, having the bow is kind of nice.
Yeah. Alright, let's go.
The turn is the hard part.
Mhm.
Oh.
It was in the right spot. Doing this live, like when you're not in your own comfortable spot, is a lot different. It's really, really hard. But yeah, Daaanty knowing he can't just use the bow like after a few attempts. It's good to be able to tell when you need to stop.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you're just doing it for, like, swag purposes since he does have the bow. And
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely a lot faster. Like, you save quite a bit of time with it.
right, but once you failed a couple of times,
Yeah.
it's throwing good money after bad or whatever.
Okay, no actual progression yet, so it's either going to be here in Dark Maze or it's going to be on Helm, huh? Nice gesture from Godo's side. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm just trying to think. There really is nothing else we can check, is there? Oh, there's the glove. Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, there's our Dark World axes. So mainland Dark World, going right up. So it might take a little bit longer before Godo gets his bow, actually.
Yeah, that just opened quite a bit for him. I mean, Stumpy's an obvious enough location. He will get it eventually.
You would think so.
But, I mean, Skullwoods and Thieves Town are both full clearable, so I expect he'll do those before he makes it to Stumpy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's using this portal, so he
Okay.
might get it soon. But yeah, so let's see. We have Pod and Eastern and Skullwoods and Thieves. We're still going to need Mirror and Hookshot for Swamp.
Mitts at some point.
Right, Mitts for Ice Palace and to complete the game, and
That's about it.
yeah.
It really
mean-
is.
Book could show up, and then one of those things is in desert.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not strictly required, at least. Yeah, we might figure out if we do that, because we know that the cape is on Desert Ledge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, though, that, you know, we may not see any medallions, we may not see Samaria.
Yeah. Like, Samaria obviously is like one of the big question marks with regarding to GT with the big key. Like, there are 5 spots that are locked by Samaria. So we might see like a GT double dip, but that's way in the future. I don't think we have to actually worry about that right now. Okay, Godo's about to get his bow. Let's see if there's... Yeah, okay.
But now he can do, you know, Armos Knights and Helma King whenever.
Yeah. Yeah, the question is if he actually wants to come back there soon, because he imagines that Daaanty might have done this before actually going into pod.
Which he did.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the struggles with imperfect information. Like, you only know what you're doing, but you have a lot of ideas of what your opponent is doing during a race. I also didn't count outers, to be honest, so I don't know if there's anything left on Helma.
Yeah, I wasn't counting either. We were both more just waiting for the progression.
Yeah, Daaanty just is hitting kind of the right marks throughout the seed so far, just getting a small early lead.
Also noteworthy, this is a 5-6, and Skullwoods is a 5-6, and that'll probably be our next dungeon too, so...
Yeah, we're gonna get an early Pyramid Ferry. And yeah, maybe then he'll want to combine that with Catfish. That's a good reason to kind of get everything together. I think the Back of Escape only has 1 item, but it's nice to get that out of the way, because it's very easy to just kind of leave it behind for a while. It's like, oh, I'll come back to it later.
Yeah, still have a map and a key in there.
There's the key. There's the map.
Imagine that.
I mean, you're never not going to open them unless you're like 100% sure. There's, like, I'm going to always have that nagging feeling. It's like,
Right. I'm
Did
only
I really-
99%
Yeah.
sure I remember it.
yeah. We've seen races decided by that. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to open that chest. I know it's a map, and then it's not a map. And it's rough. Like, you hate to lose by that. I'd rather spend 3 seconds making sure. That's the worst.
I was about to say
Alright.
silver's nice to have here, but that requires Helma King to hold still.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'll just had a map, but we're going to see some main world, dark world action. I guess we're just gonna start with Skullwoods, back to front.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward, like death warping from the bridge chest in Skullwoods, but...
And knowing where the cape is, you definitely want to check bumper ledge.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, it definitely will give you an idea of where the seed kind of is headed as well.
So, yeah, g3rd0, as you were saying, heading towards the back of Skullwoods. I'm assuming he'll go all the way back.
Yeah, I would assume so. Like, the equipment is comfy enough.
Oh, he's not even doing the middle check. He's really going straight back.
That I don't know about. That's,
yeah.
That's a play.
I mean, even if it's not progression, you know, you get something like a tempered sword there. And
Yeah, I guess there's a very rare case where you're just going to get item in bridge chest, item on Moth, and it's like, okay, that's perfect. But the same might as well just happen, item in vanilla big key chest and item on Moth, and then you don't have to go for the bridge chest. Oh, Daaanty is actually starting with Feast-Down.
oh,
That's
interesting.
I guess it kind of makes sense too, because he has they've both already done like the South Dark World loop, the original one. So if you can end in the back of Skull, that's very nice as well. The only problem is if you get the big key in the back. Great chess game. The problem with beams. Ugh.
Yeah, so it's going to be mostly a Master Sword fight, unless he uses hammer, I guess.
Yeah, the hammer is very good. It's just really hard to use well. But let's get the opening spin off, and I think from here on out you kind of like improvise between Slashes, Fire Rod's hammer. At least the menu isn't full enough that you're really going to worry about quick swapping here and there, and you can't like accidentally use quick swap to the
Okay,
mirror.
that was a pretty clean
That was a
Moth
very
fight.
clean fight. Okay, nice big key.
Now you do the bridge chest, and
Yeah. Now you're going to walk out, or you're going to yeah. It's probably going to be pretty similar. All right.
Oh, French Vanilla Titans mitts. How about that?
Classic.
So yeah, Daaanty just making all the right plays so far.
Yeah, early mitts are dangerous though. Like if g3rd0 does decide to just kind of do everything around before coming over to Vu, then he might find something that Daaanty will take a little bit longer to get back to. Like maybe with the mids, Daaanty is like, I'm not gonna check bumper ledge.
Well, I'm assuming Daanty's not going to get baited into, like, Mirrorless Smith Chain as his next play.
With the flute, though, like, I don't know. I don't think it's too unreasonable. Like,
I don't know. I mean, Skullwoods is a 5/6.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to do that before you start doing overworld checks.
yeah, that's very true. And I guess you just don't have that much else to do. Like, the mids usually open up quite a bit, but we don't have access to Death Mountain proper yet. You don't really want to do Ice without Kane yet, I think. Not when other things are open.
Oh. Poor g3rd0.
And that's kind of why you want to do it the first time around. just
Yeah.
because,
Especially without Kane.
yeah.
Take 2. Thieves Town Attic. Did we see 1 or 2 items in the front of Thieves? We saw the mitts. I can't remember if...
We might have seen some rupees.
Okay, piece of heart.
Not sure.
Because we obviously got both the big and small keys.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Let's see what the front of Skullwoods holds. Go needs to be a little bit careful. He's not very, very healthy right now.
Yeah, but he
Oh,
does
does it?
have a key, so he's okay doing a drop down.
Yeah, yeah, this definitely makes sense.
The Moth did drop the big key, so that increases the possibility of the big chest having something.
Is Shovel just the worst fetch quest in the game?
Yeah, at this point, yeah, we don't have mirror or anything to easily combine it with anything.
Mm-hmm. key dash there.
Okay, so there must have been 2 items in the front because Daaanty didn't even bother with Thieves' big chest.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's nice to be so aware of what you've already found throughout the dungeon. Skip the chest here and there, just save. Okay. Not sure if you're happy seeing a bombos.
I was gonna say, well, it could be your entrance to ice, except we already have the fire on.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, given what you said earlier, it definitely makes sense. We go to checks bumper cave right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we'll see if we need to take a trip to Desert Ledge at some point.
I think the only real thing is like if it's the mirror that is really interesting. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if you like check it early or late.
It was just junk anyway.
Okay, cool. I guess we're just going to get some overlap right here. Daaanty going with Skullwoods, g3rd0 finishing Thieves. And then, I guess then it's just going to be the Pyramid Fairy Catfish for Daaanty. Like, g3rd0 will have to finish Pod first.
Yeah, and while the runners are going over each other's footsteps, we might as well give a bit of a recap for the 14,000 viewers on Twitch.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is one of the final groups races. We started out with about 36 runners across 8 groups. It's going to a bracket of 16. Winner of this race will be part of that bracket. Loser of this race will not. Daaanty has a bit of an edge, in part because after defeating Aghanim for Dark World access, the runners immediately found the hammer on the pyramid. Daaanty took that south and got the bow on Stumpy, and so he was able to do Pod all at once. g3rd0 got the bow later.
Yeah.
Now finding his mitts.
Yeah, from there on out, it escalated just a little bit. g3rd0 will have to go back. It's especially worse because Pod is a 5/6 crystal, which makes sure that Daaanty, after finishing Skullwoods here, will be able to do Pyramid Fairy. And g3rd0 will have to come back to Pod first, and which also means that he's very unlikely to be able to combine it with Eastern Palace, which they already like kind of dipped early on as well.
Yeah, they got all the items out of Eastern at least, so they know they can just finish at any time.
Yeah. Yeah, it just would be just very nice if you could just mirror out of Pod and finish Eastern after you've done it. g3rd0's not going to have that luxury, most likely. g3rd0 does get the opportunity to start the Smith Chain after Feast, though. That's kind of a nice thing for him. Like, Daaanty probably won't commit to that until later.
Yeah, and as you said, the flute at least makes it bearable without the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just thinking about what the possible plays are if Pyramid Fairy is not going to lead to anything. So yeah, we have the Smith Train. We have potentially Ice Palace. I think they want to wait for it with it a little bit, but I think it's going to be like higher on the priority list pretty soon.
Very nice hammer hits on Moth from Daaanty there.
Yeah, okay, that one counted. A couple of them were cutting it close. I think this should be the last one. Yeah, there we go. Very good.
Yeah, managed to mostly avoid the spikes. So let's see how he routes the front. Like if he checks that big chest first, he could have a much shorter time in the front because I think the shovel was in pot prison.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you already have a small key, it makes a lot of sense to just go into the front and then maybe like make a loop.
Oh right, of course he's got to do bridge chest first.
Yeah, I think this is the only awkward spot if you don't have mirror and you go from back to front. But I think in the end it's worth it, especially given the chance of a big key on Moth or in the back. Yeah. You don't want to go back, front, back, front. You might as well just... Okay, he's gonna go for Death Warp.
Okay, let's see how well g3rd0's counting items in here.
Yeah, alright, good.
Oh, good.
Both top runners.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be g3rd0's second crystal since he never beat Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Daaanty's already on 3.
Yeah. How likely do you think it is that Daaanty might just leave Skullwoods here and then walk all the way over to Smith Chain? Do you think that's feasible?
You mean not checking bumper ledge?
No, he already did check
Oh,
Bumper
okay.
Ledge. He did that before going to Skullwoods. I'm just wondering if he already wants to commit to the Smith Chain or if he's just going to go back later. Okay, this makes sense. Like if it's here, you can just.
Oh, you meant if he were gonna leave Skullwoods right after getting Bombos and not even look for the second item?
No, if you get the second item, like do you just save and quit or do you still go back to Vu and then already start Smith Chain? I guess with the flute, it doesn't really matter right away how you do it. Yeah, he's just gonna take it. Okay, fine. I just thought it was interesting to see because g3rd0 is probably like is more inclined to start this chain, given he's so close.
Yeah. Yeah, Daaanty, this makes sense because we were talking about how you can't really combine the shovel with anything as it is, so do the one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't even seen hammer pegs from Daaanty.
No.
He didn't come back here after getting the mitts.
Okay.
Burna,
Spy Cave stuff in the thing
yeah,
as well.
that is definitely in logic now.
Oh, is he just gonna go for Ice Palace immediately?
Or is he buying this for Spike Cave? I don't know.
Just a refund on the potion he drank earlier? Huh? Huh? Okay.
Ice you were right.
Okay, doing this before Pyramid Fairy, I find very, very ballsy, but...
Yeah, especially since you never know if Samaria might turn up and then you could Icebreaker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to find the proper balancing line between waiting a little bit for Kane because it does speed up Ice Palace tremendously, but you can also just play a bit too conservatively given that it might as well just be in Ice. And
yeah.
we don't have that many really good spots left, but it's just that Smith Chain kind of like combines nicely. It's that Pyramid Fairy Catfish kind of combines nicely.
Yeah, and we still can't really do anything on the mountain besides Spike Cave without either Mirror or Hookshot.
Yeah. Oh, we don't even have anything good for Pengators. Oh yeah, love it. Okay.
Early big key, mate. Oh, I was about to say maybe you don't hit the switch, and then I realized, oh yeah, we still don't have Samaria.
Yeah, we still don't hit the switch. I forgot about King Zoom too, though. That's
yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a one-off. Now you're really orphaning Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah. But with the mids, it makes sense. And we don't have the mirror. We don't know when it might show up. Might as well be go mode, right? So just leaving out King's Tomb until forever is a bit rough.
Yeah. The Piece of Heart. Again, for those of you who might not have been watching the tournament all this time, we're using a special item pool to make it a bit more challenging for the runners. So one of the things is we've taken out 8 heart containers and replaced them with pieces of heart. So there are now 32 pieces of heart, so you're going to see a lot of them.
Yeah. And the runners are not going to be too unhappy seeing them either, just given the little amount of health that we have throughout the seed. Like, we're 45 minutes in, we only have 7 hearts. It's kind of what the average is, to be honest. There's only 3 heart containers throughout the entire pool.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Mario should exist. That's right. Okay.
Oh, that's one up for g3rd0. So he can now do the mountain if he wants.
I think this shows that I just need to play with a map tracker less because it's just, oh right, that exists. Oh right, that exists. g3rd0 is just showing up here. Well, this is going to be a long Death Mountain.
But that also means that Ice is in logic, even though Daanty's having to, you know, hover a bomb jump this room. We know the hookshot's available.
Yeah. I'm sure he feels awful about being here. You need to be careful, though. Like, he might just actually have to burn out over here. Or he's just gonna... Yeah. Needs to be careful with magic, too. Like, he has bombos, which is nice. He has the blue goose still.
Yeah, and... it's not like, unless Samaria does show up, I don't think g3rd0's going to have any faster of a time going through Ice.
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, I suppose maybe he's in go mode by the time he gets to Ice.
That's also very true. Okay, well, getting a refund on the burnout used there. It's nice.
Actually, g3rd0's just Mirror from Go mode, isn't he?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So if Mirror's on the mountain, that would be g3rd0's big opportunity to come back.
Yeah, it's a very bare bones Go mode. I guess, yeah.
I mean, he's got tempered silvers, so
Yeah.
at least for the Ganon fight, that'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you're in Go mode, like, with Bald Eastern Desert, like, how much are you going to clear in, for example, Ice and Swamp? Knowing that there is a give or take 20% chance that you might actually not be able to get the GT.
Oh yeah, Samaria locked possibility there.
Tempered is already going to make a big difference in Ice. Also very interesting that g3rd0 climbed Paradox, went into Spiral, and then now does Paradox again. Not exactly sure what happened there.
Yeah, normally you would do Paradox on the way up, go down Spiral, take the portal at the bottom, and go back up in Super Bunny.
Okay, that's great to see.
Ice Rod, Bugnet, everyone's favorite items.
Classic. Okay, but even given that, g3rd0 is not going to open up Turtle Rock potentially.
The fact that we still have a key, I believe Cold Stare is not going to have a small key, so...
I honestly didn't count items. I've been more focused on what was on Death Mountain. But yeah.
Because... Yeah, if Cold Stare has a small key, that means that the game's expecting us to have Samaria at this point.
So at that point you know that it cannot be in GT.
Right.
Which has... that's useful logical implications to have.
Right, if it comes up that the big key is in fact on the right side.
Yeah. Okay, this probably makes sense, just burning the blue goods to make sure you have a fast fight. You could kind of try to conserve it, but then you're kind of giving up 10 seconds for a potential...
Maybe the mirror's in desert.
Yeah, maybe.
If nothing else, that may help guide Daaanty to the Desert Mire area so he gets his hook shot.
Very true. Yeah, nothing else to do but save and quit there.
And what's Turtle Rock Medallion?
It is Bombos.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Can't get in without Samaria,
no.
but...
All right, I mean, right here. Are you feeling it?
Oh, no! Commentator's curse, jeez.
I love it.
Okay, so g3rd0 will have a faster time of Ice Palace.
Yep, that's true.
Daanty's going to go through desert the long way. This race just got interesting.
Yeah? It's definitely a lot open, too. Like in the past 10 minutes, we got a lot.
Yeah, we have a full clear of Turtle Rock as an option. I don't think anyone wants to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. But given everything that we got, like, Bombos was not for Ice. Like, you're gonna get King. We found the Ice Rod. Like, I think a lot of runners, like, have this intuition. It's like, I really feel like the seed wants me to go in here, especially once you're one item away from Go mode. But it's really just your brain that keeps telling you, no, we have full clear with crystal diamonds. We should do those instead. And it's just really hard to kind of commit to actually just following your heart sometimes, because oftentimes you're just full clearing a lot of things. And it's like, okay, well now it's time for Turtle Rock, and obviously it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we found one item in desert so far.
Yeah, we needed to do the round and around to get the big key.
Daanty's out of bombs too. I'm not sure how relevant that's going to be. Obviously it's easy to get some. I'm not sure where he's going to need them first. Maybe it's a good reason to just do Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, so we can see, you know, g3rd0 having a much easier route through ice here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely going to shave off like a minute and a half over Daaanty's clear, which is giving quite a bit of, like, back into like the gap that was existing.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, if you're rooting for Daaanty, you don't want the mirror to show up in desert, because then he's going to be in go mode when he gets the hook shot and might miss Samaria and then have to start searching the world for it if GT Big Key is right side.
Yeah, but I think if you're looking for Samaria, hookshot cave is like the first thing you do. It does mean that he might clear a few more, like a little bit more of the crystal dungeons, but he's not going to go for left side swamp, for example. And he only needs to do like Eastern and swamp after this. So it's probably just then it's going to be Eastern swamp, do Super Bunny, do hookshot cave. Does mean that he is probably going to miss out on the tempered that was in Spiral Cave.
Okay, but as it is,
not going to be an actual factor, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to imagine that while you're in this area, you do Mire Shed. And Daaanty will probably prove me wrong, but, you know. Okay,
Yeah,
there we go.
Okay. Yeah, and then Death Mountain is just going to be the very, very clear next step, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, by far the most item-dense location once you get that hook shot. There's that. Save and quit.
Save and quit, yeah.
A lot of save and quitting when the mirror just won't show up for an hour.
I think it's preferable, though, to actually having the mirror and just having to think about, oh, I need to get to the light world before I save and quit, because otherwise I'm going to end up in the pyramid.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
Agaseed.
Yeah. You're going to forget at least once already. So a few questions here for Daaanty, obviously, like how far is he going to be on Death Mountain? Is he actually going to open up Turtle Rock, potentially? Especially if you do find the Ice Rod in Paradox right here. In that sense, he might actually skip out on Spiral Cave over just going to like making another loop up.
Coldster got away from g3rd0 a bit more than I was expecting.
Yeah, with all
Since
that
he
magic, that was looked like to be a free fight, but it was still pretty quick cleanup.
Well, he came in with a tempered sword and everything. Wasn't a bad Coldster fight. Of course, Daaanty hovering.
Yeah, it's faster. I mean, a little time saves. If you're just comfortable with it, it's just worth it. Because it also depends on whether the mini Moldorms drop anything. Like if the middle mini Moldorm drops anything and you pick it up, then the bump like displaces you differently. Okay, so Daaanty is actually going to Hera as well. Okay.
Oh. Oh, right. Still no mirrors. Or he could be pulling Ether Tablet.
Oh, right. The book does give like an extra reason to go there as well. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, Pen and Hera is always just such a Oh, let's
go! Whoa!
He's out of here.
Okay, go mode 56 minutes.
That's gonna take a long time.
Wow, so that
Yeah.
Ice Palace before getting the hook shot wound up paying off incredibly.
Icebreaker's a curse.
That's insane.
That's the worst possible location it could have been in.
Yeah. For g3rd0.
Yeah.
That's just crazy because, yeah, you use the book to get into desert. You're not thinking of one-off checks.
Yeah, but it just takes so long to get back. There's no, like, you're not
Right,
gonna
right.
voluntarily
You
do Pen and Hera.
right, you can't go up there quickly with the mirror when the mirror's up there.
Yeah. Wow. No, that was a shocker.
A lot of wows in chat.
So the one thing g3rd0 has is a tempered sword. I don't think Daanty's going to get that one. It might get another one though. There's still one sword out there, but
I mean, when he goes to GT, it was in Super Bunny, wasn't it, or was it in?
it was in Spiral Cave.
Oh, Spiral. Okay, sorry. I was thinking maybe it was in Super Bunny, and then you have to climb the mountain again to go to GT and open the 2 chests anyway. But okay, if it's Spiral now.
Daanty's not even checking the slightly out of the way checks. He's probably just gonna do the diver down checks, the waterfall. That's crazy.
Yup.
I would have expected him to be a little bit more conservative with the routing there for Swamp, but he might just think, well, if I do need to go back, I'll just go to Swamp and then actually do like the clear to left side Swamp. Would make some sense as well.
Yeah. Let's see if Daaanty remembers he has to finish Eastern before climbing the mountain again.
I would think so, but it's not lit up on his trackers. So.
And we've managed to do this whole seed without touching a pendant dungeon.
Yeah?
Can't even get into Mire if we wanted to.
That Turtle Rock, though, I thought it was going to be...
I know, we got our whole Turtle Rock care package and nothing doing.
I was just ready to go in this whole spiel. Like, obviously, you should just go to Turtle Rock. See the screaming it.
Oh, yeah, Daaanty. Right, Samaria.
Yeah.
There is that bit. I mean, I don't think it's enough to make up g3rd0's deficit, given that it's going to be a long time before he gets the mirror.
Yeah. I do think that Daaanty will check Super Bunny Hookshot Cave. Maybe not. Like, could it just be that he's going to open up Turtle Rock, just go straight to GT, and if it's no, that doesn't make sense because he can't go into Turtle Rock without Samara. It's like, never mind. I've been watching too much rando now.
Dive Turtle Rock looking for Samaria. I mean, in cross keys you can do that, right?
Yeah.
Just go in through Laser Bridge.
It's gonna hover all the way to the compass chest, right? Maybe in low logic.
Oh, by the way, I did want to shout out our tracker Kefka, who is tracking remotely here. Nice enough to, be doing it online. Couldn't be here with us in Virginia.
Keeping us up to date on any findings, keeping the crystals and pendants very clear for us. All right, crystal number 6. g3rd0 is going to finish pod right now. Oh, big bully.
Kefka, you can't say it's a long way from France. Eri flew in from Germany.
It's still a long way.
So did g3rd0 for that matter.
Yeah. Wait, okay. He just didn't get the flute jingle. Okay. Sometimes that happens if like 2 sounds overlap. One of them just doesn't play. Alright, Eastern is just going to be very quick clear, especially with silvers.
So, yeah, this is really just... I mean, we got the big key our first time through. This is really just charged to Armos Knights.
Yeah. Normally it's very awkward to have Eastern as your last crystal dungeon because you're not going to have any arrows left after Armos. Like, you're like capped on 12 basically. And then sometimes it can be really tricky to get enough arrows for GT if you need to do Ice Armos as well, and then Mimics, etc. With silvers, we're not going to have to worry about any of that. So it's just very comfortable. I hope Daaanty is like comfortable enough with Master Sword Cannon. But given that he is a tournament champion.
Yeah. Champion of multiple tournaments, main tournament, league, you know.
Few victories here and there.
And wearing an intimidating tank top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. g3rd0 said he wasn't going to be intimidated though. He was like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Daaanty even said that like during every cutscene, it was just gonna fake hover.
Yeah, so g3rd0's probably thinking he's in pretty good shape. He's about to get his 5th crystal, and then the 6th one will come pretty quickly afterwards. He'll follow Daaanty into Eastern, but
Yeah,
that
like,
mirror is a doozy.
yeah, like any other location, I would feel, okay, g3rd0 could get there pretty soon. But g3rd0 is just, wow.
Yeah. I still don't believe that it played out that way. Definitely gonna have to ask Daaanty about, well, ask them both about, Ice versus Meyer Shed.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think it was unreasonable at all to do any of these plays.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
honestly, I'd probably favor Meyer Shed because that is such a quick play.
yeah. Like, you don't particularly care about the Meyer information, but, like, it's just 2 fast checks, and, yeah, sometimes it's just, like, one little decision that just, like, diverges so much. Yeah, it's rando.
Oh, yeah, and I guess the big question now is, where is that GT big key as Daaanty makes his way to the tower? And if you are going to put a number greater than 17, you clearly want an interesting seed.
I honestly think that Daaanty is just going to do Hookshot Cave. Because he has 2 reasons, like either Samaria or a sword. Like, it's 6 fast checks here.
Yeah, he's certainly going to do Super Bunny because you have
Yeah.
to drop into that room anyway.
And if he does clear everything in GT and then doesn't find it, like, Hookshot Cave is going to be the first thing he goes back to as well.
And maybe the 4th sword's in GT and he winds up getting it.
Yeah, okay, he gets the hookshot out. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, we are going to see Big Bomb here on g3rd0's side.
Maybe that's the 4th sword.
Okay, he was like, okay, I'm going to check the rest anyway first.
Yeah, you're in here, you might as well look for a
Yeah.
sword. Shaking his
Looks
head.
surprisingly unhappy. I would feel that no matter what you do here, you should be in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, he's played this seed so well, and especially given where Mirror was. Yeah, Mirror.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah,
bomb dupe on g3rd0's part, by the way.
Very nice, yeah. I would assume we were going to see Stalfo's room to compass and then back to left. Wow, nothing in. So
Oh,
Catfish
well,
now.
not even like powder or anything. Yeah, Daaanty usually does so-called Dark Magician left and then right.
Oh,
Or, Big Key on Torch.
I was all about that. Didn't even need to do hookshot cave.
Did anyone guess 1? Let's see here. We had a couple of 2s. I don't see any 1s.
Maybe in a situation like this, you would even want it to be late, just so you have more checks for a potential sword. It doesn't have the powder either. Yeah, this could be a slightly scary GT. Okay, there are a couple of hearts from the move. That's good.
Poor g3rd0, though, he's really, scouring the world at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he'll even have found the mirror by the time Daaanty finishes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is he going to do Turtle Rock before Hera? He's going up to the mountain, though.
And he's got the hook shot out.
But, yeah, okay, I like this from Dante's side. You have an empty bottle.
Yeah, you notably do not have powder, so
Yeah.
it's really your only way of restoring health.
Yeah, just comfort helps, and I think in his shoes, like, normally in rando you always feel behind. I think this might be one of the situations where it just so pans out that I would feel good about
Yeah,
the route.
you have to feel good about that Ether tablet pull. But I guess we'll ask him.
Yeah. Yeah, G4 with Master Sword is pretty rough. How did that not hit the Stalfos? Oh, wow. Okay, well, we do get a mirror on the other side already.
Okay, there we go. So, go mode for g3rd0, but that's like 13 minutes after Daanty's go mode.
Yeah, sadly it's gonna be too little too late, unless Daaanty is not that comfortable with Master Sword Ganon, but...
Well, I've heard people complain about Master Sword Silver's Ganon being confusing.
It is!
Shoutouts to GFE if he's in chat, because
No,
we know how much he loves Master Sword Silver's Ganon.
It's the worst, actually. I fully agree.
Also, thanks to our tracker Kefka for the reminder, do give these runners a follow, please. Their links are in chat. Their links are just their names in any case, so easy enough to find them on Twitch.
Okay, don't miss our fire rod shot now, Daaanty. Okay, he's just playing it safe. Makes sense.
Okay, gets through that. Does need to get the key off the mini Helma.
Yeah. He's got it. Last few checks. Okay, only one check left. There's no way that Daaanty is going to kill Mulder 2. I refuse to believe.
So weird to not see powder being used here. Oh, he didn't even need to kill the mini Helma.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I guess especially when you don't have Tempered Sword.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. It just draws out the fight so much longer.
Yeah, 3 Master Sword spins.
Okay.
Well,
we are gonna go for it, I guess.
1 fall was enough
Yeah.
for him.
I do believe in the Tempered Sword in this chest. Just for good measure then.
That would be kind of funny.
Oh, not the Enrage.
Oh, did he get a
Okay.
poke in there or
Yeah.
something?
Okay. I can only do it once to see the
It was funny though. Like, he's going over to Ether. You were worried about that he was going to be dipping Pendant Hera, and
Yeah.
definitely not going into Pendant Hera. Oh, g3rd0 doesn't feel comfortable with Diver Down. Interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. Especially given that he does have Kane. Like, some people are, like, used to the old... The way we used to do it in speedruns. For all dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yeah, Kane makes it a lot easier even if you aren't comfortable doing it with a bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a 4-cycle Aga, 2-1-2-1.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a slightly longer Ganon fight coming up. So,
Yeah.
sit back and relax for a couple spins.
Yeah, 24 spins for the first 2 phases.
Yeah. Now we'll probably get one unintentional hit in because Master Sword Silver's is awful.
I mean, I like it better than Master Sword Silverless because you don't have to make the 24 spins in Phase 4, but a lot of people just aren't used to it.
It's just so long.
Okay, let's see if he can do the Samaria strats here. Ooh, takes a little bit of a hit there. He does have the fairy, though.
Yeah, exactly. He should be fine. Oh, it is very comfortable position. Sadly, he's not going to be able to start Phase 2 in this, but still, should still be pretty good.
Yeah, that's several cycles for Phase 1 here. This should be Phase 2 now.
Yeah.
There we go. 4, 6, 8, 10.
Okay, this is too late. Yeah. It's fine. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what you have to, that's what you have to ferry for.
Yeah. And thankfully we have the blue mail, so we're not even in Oko territory. Okay, that's 12, so we're good.
Yeah. Guess he wasn't safe in it? Okay. Well, it should still be fine. Here we go.
And
Go on his way for his 7th crystal.
yeah. Chat's talking about the Super NT. Yes, I'm looking across the room at Daaanty's setup. He is on a Super NT.
Yeah. Alright. It's free. Not gonna be able to get this one off.
Wow, this is going to be 113 and change. That is fast, especially for an Agaseed.
Yeah, Mario and Turtle Rock are two of the longer dungeons, so that helps. But yeah, considering it's an Agaseed.
So get your GGs in, all 19,000 of you. And time. And g3rd0's calling it, not surprisingly.
Yeah, still a while to go.
So they're just gonna stretch a bit, arrange their stuff, and then they'll hop over here for an interview. Okie doke, let's shift. Okay. We have Daaanty and g3rd0 here. GG.
GG. Yo, good game, good game.
Well, I guess the big first question, Ice Palace, ahead of Myershed even, once you finished in the village Skull Woods area.
I was talking with Elaine before this race, and I was like, man, he said, good luck with the mental damage. And I said, the mental damage is going to make me make some choices that are just going to be the other 50-50 this time. So I was like, there's so many crystals, and I've been trying to like just find random stuff in the overworld. Let's just stop doing it. We'll see what happens. I'm just really glad doing that before like anything leading to that hook to the mountain. It just kind of worked out.
Yeah, it was really the perfect storm of events in that sense. Finding a book and then it being on Ether Tablet is like, well, probably the worst possible place it could have been.
Yeah.
Because if you find the book after your initial Death Mountain clear, you're not going to come back.
Right. The first thing I thought was it's going to be in the 2 chest room of Paradox that I didn't have bombs for. So I was praying, like in the 5 chest room, I literally wanted nothing but bombs just so I could get that off my mind.
Yeah, I thought about early Ice Palace as well, which would have helped, I guess, when how the seed turned out. But I didn't have Kane, and I haven't done Ice Palace bomb jump in 20 years. And I really didn't want to embarrass myself not being able to do Ice Palace bomb jump, so I decided against it.
But you also didn't go for Diver Down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to do that.
All right.
MVP.
It's been a while since I've seen someone drag the statue in a rando match.
Yeah, I guess. It doesn't lose that much time if you don't check the chest anyways, I think. So.
No, that's fair.
I actually considered doing that just given my loadout with only 2 bombs. I was like, there's probably going to be a reason I need a bomb.
And we were wondering if the big key would be Samaria locked, and then you just go down and find it on the torch.
I was genuinely hoping it would be. I was like, this is good. I could do my normal GT route and just kind of play my game, and maybe Tempered shows up.
Yeah.
As soon as I got Kane, I was so excited. I was like, let's get out of Hookshot Cave. And I'm like, what if a sword's here? And then I'm just thinking about Andy yelling at me in a co-op where there was a sword there and I bailed. So
Yeah, typical.
Yeah, we never did find the 4th sword.
No, the third one was a spiral.
Oh,
but you weren't gonna get that.
I mean, it totally would have made sense to do Spiral Cave when the way I did things, right? Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple of Light World was just kind of linear in a sense, just kind of be efficient.
Yeah.
We were wondering if either of you were gonna skip Eastern, but I thought you might do it considering last race.
I went into Eastern because of last race.
Yeah.
It's so hard to like blot out stuff that's happened to you when you're rapid fire playing matches back to back. I guess it clouds the decision making slightly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes maybe it helps it.
Yeah, but with just Master Sword, no cape, it's always
Yeah.
kind of unlikely that Agassi plays. I was holding out hope until the end, but
Yeah, it's just so awkward when you don't have any of the Dark World pieces either.
Yeah,
But,
right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think the main point where you started getting an early lead was like after you did Aga, got the hammer from Pyramid, you went straight into Pod, and you went straight to like the Hype Cave South Loop first. Like, what made you go straight to Pod instead of like doing the overall checks first?
like coming here, like I haven't played much rando, but always when I did, I always wish I would have done Port first when I got to Dark World, because something's always happens to be in there. And I was feeling kind of good about it as well because I got a glove, and I felt like it might give me an advantage. But yeah, finding the bow at Stumpy kind of made me think, yeah, that's not gonna help now.
Yeah, getting bow there, like it felt pretty good. I was thinking, okay, I could do Eastern, but there's no point because all 3 items are gone. And then at that point, I think I was really hoping that Mirror would just show up in Pod somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad it didn't, because that would have opened up a lot more checks for me to try and route in and stuff. I was really glad that was the go mode item.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's way better as go mode than just a late game pre-go mode item. That's for sure.
And not having the Ether medallion. Well, like where I was going into the Mire area, I was like, if I have the Mire entry, this is really tempting just in case. Like, do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
Because I was starting to run out of options except going to Overworld yet again. So.
Yeah, I personally was almost very convinced that the mirror was going to be in Turtle Rock, considering like you got the last pieces of that right on Death Mountain.
I thought about going in when I got that cane, but I pictured Daaanty in my mind, and I thought this looks like the kind of guy who would go to Turtle Rock here, and so I decided to not do that.
Okay.
to maybe give me some kind of edge, you know.
Yeah.
Try to flip the coin at some point. But yeah, it didn't matter at that point apparently.
Yeah, it was really just the book into Evil Tableau was like the clincher.
It was really nice playing a seed finally that just wasn't an absolute slog.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
113 is a great time.
113 and an Agaseed.
Yeah, it was, everything I think I've played, if I finished it, it's been over an hour 30, and I'm like, we start with boots, what's wrong with this picture? So it feels pretty good to have one, I guess, be even anywhere under like 120 or something. So
yeah, this seed was also the best one I played, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm actually now looking across. Your collection rate's going to come up on your monitor shortly. I want to see what it is.
I took a lot of damage. You can see that by the 600 number, and I used a lot of magic being safe.
15 bonks.
That's really good.
Yeah,
15 bonks really good.
11 saves and quits. I'm surprised it's not higher, given that the mirror was go mode.
The 4 deaths, that was really good. So 124, I guess that's not too terrible.
Oh, 124 is really nice.
Feels better than the 176 earlier this week.
Yeah, I've had 170 plus as well. It's a good time.
We had quite a few 170 plus races in this tournament so far.
Yeah, what's wrong with the mode? Who picked this?
I don't know, some tournament admin. I'm gonna blame the giraffe. He's not in here, but we'll blame him.
Always a scapegoat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, blame Herfy. That's
Alright.
that's the emote from the ALTTPR league, right?
Yeah.
Blame Herfy.
Okay, good. Oh yeah, this clinches you for the top 16.
Yeah, I was really glad that to find out before our race that neither one of us would have to do the play-in, regardless of outcome. So I was like, okay, one more race, let's see how things go.
Yeah.
really was, after yesterday, I was like feeling pretty good at 2-0, and then Matt and g3rd0, the strongest low seed ever in a rando tournament. So I was like, man, I don't really know how I'm going to feel about today. 0-2 is very likely, so coming out 1-1 feels okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, top 16, further than I thought I'd get, so very happy with that so far.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm not too bummed out about not making top 16 because I got more time to watch.
Yeah.
These great runners and great.
You can always do the consolation bracket this weekend.
More racing.
I'll think about it.
I think 4 races were like 4 rando seats was enough for the coming 2 years.
Yeah, kinda.
That was about what Korek said when he got knocked out. Those were my 2 seeds of the year.
Yeah, it's kind of the same.
I was trying to find a way to, g3rd0 is very, very stoic.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got to find a way to strike fear into him. And he said, as long as I don't care, you can't scare me at all.
He only cared about Stumpy a little bit. Like there was a small facial expression when she got the bow.
Yeah.
The rest was just.
Because
like,
I thought I was doing well. I had an advantage because of the glove, only to be turned upside down.
Yeah.
I will say it was nicer that g3rd0 was kind of bent over.
Yeah.
Because I could only see at some points the tops of his head, and I'm like, I can get no information. His hair is not going to stand up when he gets an item. So I don't have any distractions to potentially make me doubt myself.
Yeah.
So
And hopefully you weren't shaking the table when you hovered.
I don't know. Did you
I
notice?
did not know. What did you have?
Well, I
Pod
tried to
outside.
Oh,
hover pod a couple times.
Didn't work.
It was a bad time.
Tried to hover Moldorm too. That didn't work either.
Well, then I tried to kill him, and then that got even worse. And when he hit me back across the middle, I was like, I'm probably going to quadrant glitch, and this is going to be so bad. I'm going to have to mirror and do it again. Opening GT, I was like screaming at myself. I said, oh no, I forgot a potion. Because I was intending to get one just with the low health. I really didn't. I didn't play the mode last year because of online. I know what you're about to say. So I timed that. I timed that when I went to go buy that other potion before Ice Palace, and I was like, okay, I roughly wasted 20 seconds here. So me screwing around with the flute. It cost me 20 seconds. If I lose by that, then I can only blame myself for being dumb.
Okay.
In anything, I was doing anything to like just chill the nerves out, have a good time, and then that happened. I'm like, oh great, anxiety just went up a little more because I'm an idiot, but it worked out. But yeah, thank you guys for doing comms. Ari stepping in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Last
Frosty
minute
signing up.
substitution.
Yeah, had a great time. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
I don't
thanks
think
for putting up a show. It was great to watch.
Yeah, thanks for having us on the restream. It's always a pleasure. Do enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks you guys. Thanks, Ari. I don't think we've ever actually comped together before.
I don't think so. No.
Fun doing it for the first time in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of upcoming programming, we have a marathon on SpeedGaming 2. We have an Ocarina of Time randomizer race underway on SpeedGaming 4. And we have another Link to the Past rando underway on SpeedGaming 5. But I don't think we have anything immediately coming up on here. So, yeah, I'd recommend checking out SpeedGaming 2, 4, or 5 right now. Sometime later today, we should have the brackets finalized for this, and then we'll release that and have a whole slate of matches for you over the weekend.
That's when things get real serious.
all the playing races.
Yeah, possibly playing races. I know several groups are already resolved without the need for one, so I don't know how many people will actually need to take part in a playing race.
Yeah, with 5 people groups, it's usually pretty nice to just have like clean 1 and 2
for sure.
Yeah. And the pot's up, including the Speed Gaming bonus. The pot's over $1,500 now, so there'll be some nice cash for the top finishers.
Yeah,
Always
to
for
the
sure.
top 8 first.
Yeah, you gotta win. It's not like 2019 where you just get to brackets and then it happens. So, a little left on the table to do.
Yeah. Thank you guys again. Thanks again to our tracker Kefka for stepping in and tracking from all the way over in France. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it here.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks everybody. Thank you. Have a great rest.